Coming up next, Business Report producer David Weir talks with Tequesta businessman Cliff Morris, who migrated from South Africa and launched his own hedge fund here in the States. Dave asked Cliff why the move from South Africa.
Dave, we identified a lot of opportunities in the United States. The South African lifestyle is very similar to the American lifestyle. And South Africa had a whole lot of other socio-political issues that were starting to impact on freedoms, on the ability to live your lifestyle as you wanted. Florida represents very much the, it has the weather that South Africans are used to. We're used to sunshine, we're used to the sea.
Well, you still have businesses over in South Africa. What are those all about?
They investment businesses. I manage 4 separate investment portfolios, and I have an investment portfolio in Guernsey. Now, Guernsey is an offshore island. It's similar to the BVI in the Cayman Islands to the U.S. investor.
You know, you brought up something that's quite interesting now. Is a new modern trend about real estate in Europe.
Yes.
And you're right on the ground floor in that. Tell me what's that all about. I mean,
relatively undeveloped real estate. It was very much at a lower price a couple of years ago. Prices have escalated. There still are opportunities, enormous opportunities. Not for the faint-hearted. I can tell you, it has pitfalls. I've spent 4 years going back and forth, establishing a network, establishing the idiosyncrasies of working in that market.
When you go over to Europe, what specific locations are you talking about?
David, we're looking at Croatia, because Croatia has a magnificent coastline. It has a beautiful climate, certainly by European terms, and Croatia has been determined the next Riviera of Europe. And if you can get in early, there's good profit potential. Some of the large American hedge funds have already started putting their feelers out in Croatia, so that's confirmation of what we've been doing.
Okay, with your business here, when you're living in Palm Beach Gardens in Palm Beach County, what are some of the businesses you're getting involved with here?
David, we have a mutual fund that we've just recently been successful in registering with the SEC, and that mutual fund will be our flag carrying
our flagship
investment, if you want to, and that's run. My sub-advisor on that fund is a very, very long-standing friend of mine, Albert Meyer, who's a highly respected stock analyst in this country, solid reputation.
You're also getting involved in the venture capital business. What's that all about?
Correct. We've identified the same opportunities in the United States as we have in South Africa, namely small businesses, good ideas, good concepts, often undercapitalized, or alternatively don't have the money to buy the intellectual capital they need to get up to the next level. And we're targeting those type of companies. Also third-generation companies. And people say, what do you mean third-generation companies? I'm saying the company where Grandpa set up 50 years ago, educated his children, they don't want to come into the business. The grandchildren are even less interested, but it's a viable business with a good track record, and we want to get involved with those third-generation companies.
Well, and your venture capital thing, what price range are you talking about when you go into venture capital?
David, we would look at as low as $500,000 up to $20 million as an investment.
I got you.
And that's the area that's our playing field.
That's your point. Well, you know, one more question before our viewers would be interested. You were in the South African Army, and you were in the bomb disposal business. How long did you do that? That's pretty precarious.
I was 18 months, and it's similar to the United States. You stay on the reserve for a number of years after that. And it was precarious, and you need a steady hand. And you know,
especially now with U.S. troops in Iraq getting involved in all these roadside bombs and so forth, you handled diffusing some of that stuff.
Correct. It's a tragedy because I know that a lot of the lives could be saved in Iraq by just using the correct vehicles and anti-mine vehicles, which, strangely enough, South Africa developed 25 years ago. And one of the large American companies, General Dynamics, have just outsourced some of the manufacturing of that exact equipment to South Africa. You know, that's a bit of a feather in our cap.
I got you. Listen, we're running out of time. Listen, Cliff Morrison, good luck on your adventure in South Florida, and God bless you.
Thank you, Dave.
All righty.
Glad to be here.
Okay. And stay with us. We'll return right after these words.